Hello. I think it might take a few moments to get like I think Restream is kind of like behind, if you will.
Okay, I just got that notification. Okay.
Okay,
And the
perfect.
other.
I just got some notification of something.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
we are live on Kick as well, um, and we are live through uh, YouTube on my smaller channel. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Uh, there we go. We're starting to pop in there. Twerk for me. Twerk, 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 twerk. Right? How's everyone doing? Hope you are.
Hi, everyone.
Do you hear my fan?
No.
Okay. I'm such a fan. Like, I have this little fan on me that blows up because if not, like, I sweat. It's not very attractive. Um, so today we are going to be talking about a creator. There's a fucking stink bug. Hold on. Ah!
I hate them things.
Oh my god. Um, I saw it earlier and I was like, uh, he is dead. Stinky bug. Okay. Um, sorry about that. Always something, isn't there? But today we're going to be talking about MayBae. If put a one in the chat if you've ever heard of MayBae. I have never heard of this creator until maybe the last 2 weeks. Someone was like, "Oh my god, have you been watching MayBae?" And I'm like, "Who?" And they're like, "MayBae. She's like a creator. She's on YouTube. She's mainly on Facebook, though. Never one. Okay, damn. I guess I'm the one that's left out in all of this." So yesterday I was on Kick, and I see you didn't know who it was either. And who else was it? Leave nothing but footprints says no, never. But yesterday I was streaming on Kick for a moment, and let me see here. Justin, I got my hubby to watch. Oh, that's good, Miss Hunty. Good to see you, honey. Kia, thank you for joining us on Kick. Um, so yesterday I was on Kick and I was talking to the chat and I was talking about MayBae. And Jilly, can you mute while I'm talking if you don't mind? I'm sorry, it's like
Yeah.
feeding back. I apologize. But yesterday I was talking about MayBae and Jilly's like, "Oh my god, I know like all about her." Well, not like I mean, she doesn't like know her personally or anything, but she knows like watching her through the history and all that. So Jilly's going to give us, "Hey Navy Bet, how are you doing, honey? Are you feeling okay? Hope you're feeling okay, dear." Um, so Jilly is going to kind of talk to us and give us the lowdown because, like, in my opinion, like I don't know the history with MayBae or anything like that, but she's one of those people. It's like a train wreck, and you can't help but watch. Like I was saying yesterday, um, and she has a lot of hate, like a lot, and I don't know the history. And Jilly's gonna kind of talk to us with this. So go ahead, Jilly.
Okay, so I have watched for, whew, I would say about years now, and would talk about her, to start watching her because she had a lot of hate. She was a white who wore a lot of different wigs and she comfortable in her own skin.
She does
Um,
hair. She used to do hair, right?
used to do hair, so she was doing a lot. Like she was known for on females and males and installing and she even did a little makeup. Me personally, really know how to do makeup, but she can, you know, lay a wig. She can. So, a lot of people hated on her for was a white woman doing what I don't know how to black hairstyles
They're
and
saying you're
people
cutting out.
didn't like.
There's
I'm. Am I better now?
I think so. Just keep trying it. Try it again.
Okay, so you, you know she had a lot of hate because she was the one wigs and they didn't like the fact that she had black hairstyles basically. Um, also, she lived in California with her two children. Her daughter, she was married to a man named Ivan, and she, because they were living the poly life, and her name was Chosen. And they start to blow up. They started to do a mem where they would. I think the price was either $750 or $950,
They started
and
doing what? You're kind of still
a
cutting out.
mentorship.
A
It was a
mentorship.
mentorship. Yes, it was a
Hmm.
mentorship
And
of.
what did that include?
She claimed that she could get you monetized in 3 months, in less than 3 months, and an amount of money. Well, there was a lot of lies about that. People started paying this money and it wasn't helping them at all. In fact, she was
Well,
making
just make sure you say allegedly. Just say allegedly if you don't
okay.
mind.
Allegedly, these people that were paying the money receiving any feedback on their channel, but she made like these people making content and posting
Hey,
it on
Jilly,
their
come
channel.
back and go back and come back in because it's really bad.
Wow.
It's cutting up.
All right.
Okay, come back in. Try it again. We'll see if we can. It's weird. Can y'all hear me fine? I just want to make sure if it's not just me or if it's just her. Yeah, she's coming back. Okay, I'm good. Okay, it's just her. Okay. All right.
Am I good now?
Hello. So
Hello?
far, yes.
I'm better?
Yeah, start all over.
Okay. Start all over?
All over. Because
Okay.
we
So
couldn't
I've
hear you.
been watching MayBae Life for about, I would say, 4 or 5 years. And she started out doing hair. And she had her license and she was doing a lot of, I would say, like black hairstyles. And people didn't like that. People didn't like that she was a white woman doing wigs and all this to what other white women and to black women also. She got a lot of hate for that. She also got a lot of hate from how she dressed too, because she was a bigger woman and she let a lot show, a whole lot. So people hated her from the very beginning. She was living in Cali at the time when she blew up, and she's lives a poly life, which she has is married to a man named Ivan, and had a girlfriend named Chosen. She does have two children, a son and a daughter. So when they started this mentorship of people that they paid either 750 or 950, I forget. But allegedly people are going after her because they say it's a scam because she was making all the money and they made a not a dime. So not only did they lose the money that they paid for the mentorship, they took 3 months out of their lives where they didn't even make a dime. She made all the money from them. So she started to get a lot of hate, but at the same time, she started to make a lot of money. So she decided that she wanted to leave California and go to Houston, Texas, where a lot of
What
her
was in Houston?
a lot of her fans and a lot more opportunity. People started to reach out to her to do like promos for their wigs and stuff like that. It had everything to do with hair. So she decided that she wanted to go pick up and move. She moved with her girlfriend and her husband and her son because at the time her son was a minor and he was still in school, and her daughter was an adult. So her daughter took over the house that she lived in Cali, and everybody else moved to Houston. Um, as
So this
time
is a
went,
picture of MayBae and her, which we're going to get to, her soon to be, I would say, ex-husband.
yeah,
That's fair to say.
yes,
Okay, but we'll get to
yes.
that.
So she still had this mentor going, and some people made out okay with it. A lot of people didn't, allegedly. Um, the bigger she got, the more hate she got. So she took a lot of grief, a lot of it. And then people started to go after her family also. I would say that she also brought a lot of different women into the mix, and people started to not like that either.
So
So
so she lived what they call a poly life,
correct.
and it's definitely not the norm, I would
Mm,
say, and I think that's what also makes it like, you're watching and your head's like this the whole time. My head, I
yeah,
mean, because now, poly means, more than one person in the relationship.
yes,
And from, like I said, I've only been watching her for like 2 weeks, but from what I understand, there have been several. Is that
yes.
correct?
Several. Yes, yes.
Okay. And how long had that been going on?
Um, I would think like as soon as they got married, I think in the first year they started to do poly life. She said she claims that she was always poly. So she
But she's been married to Ivan. I think that's his name.
yes, his name is Ivan. She's been with him since he was a minor, honestly. She's older than him. And they got married when
No,
he
he's
turned.
older, isn't he?
No, she's a lot older than him.
Really?
Yes. In fact, I believe I'm not 100% sure because I've been watching for so long.
So allegedly
He
he was a minor.
allegedly he was a minor and he was friends with one of her baby's fathers, if that makes sense. And
He Okay, say that again.
she
This is
okay,
so confusing.
he was a minor when she met him through one of her baby's dads because she has two children that
Right,
are not his.
right.
And when he turned 18,
Her children are adults now, by the way.
yes, yes, one's graduating high school this year. Yes, the son.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But when he turned 18 is when she married Ivan. And then within the first year of them getting married, they started to live a poly life.
Okay. And he was fine, obviously, with the life.
Yes, he was fine. Back then, yes, he was more than fine. Yes.
And was it always another woman?
Yes, there was never
Always.
it was never another man. It was always another woman.
Got you.
Now, it could been two a couple too. So if she was to meet a woman that had another woman and they wanted to live a poly life too, she would bring them both in. So it didn't just
Oh
have to
my
be one.
God.
Yes,
Oh my
because that
God.
that has happened.
When did I
Yes,
start watching them? Like 2 weeks ago, Kristen.
yes. So it could have been two women. Now it could have been three women too. It was always women, and she's more attracted to
The
the
gals.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
She's not more. She doesn't. She likes studs, not you know.
Studs. That's a guy, isn't it?
Yes, she likes studs. She doesn't like. She's not really into the pretty like ones that wear dresses and stuff. She likes people that women who dress like men. That's what she likes. She likes the whole
She likes the
daddy.
more masculine
Yes, a
person.
masculine man. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes, masculine. Yes.
Okay.
She wants to call that person daddy. She doesn't want yeah.
Okay.
So as time went on, I get as time went on, she like I said, she's now with her married to a man named Ivan and has a girlfriend named Chosen. She's been off and on with her, but mostly on.
But
And
so um I've heard her name a lot. The
yes.
reason we're doing this stream is because I just want Jilly to kind of catch me up on everything, and anybody else who hasn't heard of her, because there's a lot going on right now in her life. Like
Hmm.
a lot. Um so but I've heard of Chosen, and Chosen is now an ex
Yes.
of MayBae.
Recently, in like the last month and a half. Yes.
And how long was Chosen there?
Whew, off and on for as long as I started watching her. So if I've been watching her for 4 or 5 years, it's definitely
So
been off and on since then. Yes.
she's been the one that's been there longer than all of the others, I guess.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, definitely. And she had her own set of issues too. A lot with drugs, trying to get rid of like trying to stay clean, trying not to drink as much. She was also young, very young. She's a lot
Yeah,
younger than her too.
yeah,
Yes.
and I know that's a big, obviously, thing people talk about, which I don't want to really talk about on here, but
Right.
um, they accuse her of like I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, like she goes after the young, not underage, but younger, way younger than her.
Right. And
So
they feel like like she's obviously an older woman, and people have a problem with finding a 19-year-old. It just
yeah.
and she's obviously has money
Mhm.
and social media influence. So
Mhm. Yeah,
it's
she
not kind
made
of an equal relationship.
right, and she made bank. I mean, and look, Justin, a lot of these, a lot of these women that they wanted her. They came to her, especially the ones that were in her mentorship.
Hmm.
A lot of them, they fought over her. She would throw like a birthday bash for herself, and they will all come and they would literally fight over her. Like a big brawl will break out, and then people will drop out of their mentorship or get kicked out because people were like literally obsessed with her. Why? I don't know. Maybe the money, but people wanted her, and she wanted them too, but she couldn't
Hmm.
have them all. But that's when, so the more she blew up,
The
the more
crazier it
people
got.
wanted her, and that's when things started to get messy with the with other, especially with Chosen, because
Right.
Chosen was more content with just her and Ivan. She didn't want nobody else. If there was a night where they wanted to have fun or whatnot, she would be okay with that. But she really didn't want nobody else in the
The whole
relationship.
live-in kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't want it. It took away the attention from her, and yeah, she did not want it, and she made it very clear because she
Hmm.
would do a lot of lives, and she would tell too much, and they would fight, and things would happen, but
Well,
you know
I was watching her the other night when she was talking about Ivan, and the next thing that I saw was like a shoe or something, and she ducks, and then it cuts off.
it was the girlfriend that she has now that she just met
Yeah.
3 months ago and only talked to her on the phone. But
Yeah.
literally, she just flew in this past week and to meet her face to face. She is in the military, and then she drinks a lot and has anger issues, and she put hands.
Hmm.
Yes, so that's what was going down.
Hmm.
But okay, so after she had to go pick up her daughter stayed in California when she moved to Houston and just took over the home that they were living in. And she had some problems with the substance abuse, and her mom went to go get her and bring her back to Houston with her to make sure she gets clean and does what she needs to do. But
Hmm.
she also came with her girlfriend, who is now her wife, Brandy. And at the time they started,
Hold on, back up. Say that again.
so when her daughter was having some issues, addiction issues,
Okay.
and the house that she was living in was pretty much, she wasn't paying the bills, she wasn't paying the rent, so her mother had to go and get her, clear the house out that was in her name, and bring her back to Houston with her. And the only way that she would come back to Houston with her mom was if she was to bring her girlfriend at the time, Brandy, with them. And they didn't want that, but at the same time they wanted their daughter to be home because of her issues. So Brandy did end up coming with her. Now Brandy is her wife.
Right.
Um, from the time she moved back to Houston until about, I would say, 5 months ago, they started a poly relationship with a woman named Just Trey,
Her
who is,
daughter?
yes, who
Oh
is
my
also very
God.
young, very very young.
Oh my God. These people.
And one night they were all drinking, and Brandy and Tati is the daughter's name, they were in their bedroom sleeping or whatnot, and May decided, hey, I'm gonna hook up with my daughter's girlfriend.
Oh,
So then they find out about it.
that is straight trash.
May kicks the daughter and the girlfriend out after she just brought the daughter here because to help her get off of the drugs and da da da. She kicks them out and moves this young girl Trey in.
Who moves Trey in?
MayBae. But Chosen
Hold
didn't
on.
like that. Chosen didn't like
She
that.
moves her
Daughter's
daughter's girlfriend
girlfriend
in.
into the home. Yes. And
Oh, that
now
is,
she's
oh
really
my.
young.
Now I know why everyone is like, what the hell?
She was only 20. She was only 20 years old. Yes. And she was also from Kelly. So, yes.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So she kicked out her daughter and her daughter's girlfriend to move the other girlfriend in. Chosen didn't like that because she didn't like the fact that she was put on the back burner. And, you know, MayBae also has rules. You can't sleep with just her husband unless it's okay with her or she's watching. But she can do whatever she wants. And it was just everybody just had enough of it. And then finally she sent that young lady Trey back home. And eventually things worked out with her daughter and her daughter's fiance. And they didn't come back to her home. They did get their own place. May did help them. Um, and things were working out fine. And then now they're married and they have a baby now.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
only
So
like a month old.
yes, that's literally a month old. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they planned on having another one soon.
They seem like
So
they're doing good now.
they are doing good. They
The
are doing
daughter,
good.
the
And they're
daughter.
actually helping Ivan right now.
Mm-hmm.
So Ivan was
Well,
caught
hold
doing some
on. Wait,
Snapchats.
wait a second. Now, obviously, May's child is not talking to her mother, May.
No, no. The only child that's talking to May is the son, and that Ivan raised to be his own. And woke him up and took him to school every morning. I mean, he did everything. She didn't do not really anything, honestly, but provide money,
Right.
and that's it. Like, yeah. So, of course, he's on his mom's side, like any child would, but he does respect, Ivan as his father. He calls him dad, and and Ivan is a little upset about it because that is like his son in his eyes. Ivan is a good man, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he I it's starting to come out now that like he really stopped a long time ago not wanting to live a poly life. He wanted just to live a regular life with his wife. And
I mean, you. How does a person? I mean, you can't blame the man. I mean, these people going in and
I mean,
out of the house all the time.
yes, exactly. And he has said that to her, but it just will go in one ear and out the other. So eventually, he's never stepped out on her, never. But he had got caught recently Snapchatting other women,
Right.
and
He
she
checked
didn't
out a
like
long
that.
time ago.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they didn't like that. But it's okay for her to do that with other women, but not for him. And he's had enough, but he was trying to make it work. He wanted to make it work. Um, she then meant this kicked it down. Her and Chosen got into this big fight, really big on social media. Hands were put on each other. Um, and
Were they live?
finally, yeah, live for everyone to see, live.
Oh my god.
And yeah, Chosen walked away. Didn't want to work things out. She walked away. She still has her own issues, but she is now living on her own, paying her own bills, and still doing this whole Facebook thing and making money.
Mm-hmm.
But here's Ivan saying, "Oh my God, like yes, finally, like just me and my wife." Oh no, May didn't
Ivan is
want that.
also Tati's uncle. Someone said
What someone said? What?
that Ivan was also Tati's uncle.
No, Ivan had helped his brother, his brother's baby mom, and the two children she has with his brother out and moved them into their Houston house.
Mm-hmm.
And there was rumors that they slept together, but I'm not 100% sure. Allegedly they have, but I never heard that about uh Ivan being her uncle. But then I could be wrong, but I never heard that as long as I watched.
Okay.
But it wouldn't surprise me because it's just one crazy situation. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. But then again, I didn't hear that.
Right.
But now that Chosen's going, Ivan's kind of just like, yes, like it's just me, my wife, and our son. You know, that's all we need. Like, let's get our shit together. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's had many women since then. Since Chosen left 2 months ago, she had about 3, 4 other women come in and out, and he's really not wanting that. So then she meets this lady Whitney now, who is
Here, I'll show
in
you Whitney in just a
yes.
second. She gets uh a lot. Like, I have never seen someone in social media get so much hate. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, like that girl gets it, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I mean, especially all the women that were in and out, and the couples that been in and out, and were loyal to May, and they were friends with her. They,
What's her
because
name
there's
again? Her new
Whitney
girlfriend.
Smith. Whitney Smith is the girlfriend's name.
Does she have a Facebook page? I'm sure she does.
I believe she did at one point. But I think she recently just took it down because she's in the military. She's not supposed to be doing all this stuff, and I
She's
believe she's
active
getting in trouble.
military.
Yes, I believe so.
Oh my god.
But she
No.
has a problem with her anger and drinking. She likes to drink every day, and she recently just went buck wild on social media and just made a really big bad name for herself and for MayBae, because MayBae chose her over her own husband of, I believe, 13 years. They said. And now May said to Ivan, "Hey, I'll give it all up. I'll give it all up." And Ivan says, "No, it's a little too late. You didn't want to give it up before. You're
Right.
saying you give it up, but she's still there. She's still there. Like, you can't give it up. She can't give it up because this is the life that she wants. She's been with so many. She can't give it up.
Right.
What she needs to do is just be with. I don't think she even is interested in any men. I think she's just interested in women, and I think that
Well, she said that yesterday.
yeah,
She said I was only interested in my husband, but she was never.
exactly. Exactly. He just doesn't want it anymore. He just wants, it's not fair for him. He's
He
sitting there.
seems like a really good guy, to be
He
honest with you.
is. He really is. It's just that he got a bad name because he always stuck up for her and never was
Well, it's his
truthful.
wife, you know. I mean,
Yeah. But Tati and her wife Brandy now has Ivan staying with them and their daughter until he can get on his feet. Like, he's pretty much selling cars that he has and jewelry and stuff just to be able to get money to get his own place.
right.
And things are just not calming down because, she's blaming it on her daughter. Maybe is blaming it on her daughter Tati for bringing it to the internet, which she did, but she didn't. But what Maybay's girlfriend that they want to get married, Whitney, she did a lot worse on the internet, and that's where we are now.
Now, I
But
don't like. I personally, I've only watched them for 2 weeks, right? But
mhm.
Whitney, I get a bad feeling about.
Oh, I definitely don't think it's going to last. There's no way it's going to last. Absolutely not. And I
Not.
think she's screwing herself over. She's losing everything, everything.
Yeah.
And you know, Tati just like um let her see her granddaughter just the other day, and because maybe it has to put everything out there on social media, she made a live with her granddaughter in her arms, and somebody called CPS on her,
Yeah.
and now CPS is going to the daughter's house because of May doing this live. And she's blaming her daughter on it. It's a big, 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 huge
Yeah. Well,
mess.
they were saying that the kid was staying overnight, which was untrue. Uh,
Yes.
and I don't think her daughter has anything to worry about whatsoever because she's fine.
Yeah, I hope not, because they are been. I think the best thing that happened to them was when MayBae kicked them out over that their girlfriend that they wanted to start a poly life with, because since that they did get their shit together
I
and
mean,
do what they
she
got to do.
Whitney just kind of came in the house and
Try to run it. Yep.
right, right. And you have Ivan here who's been married to May for how many years?
I think it's 13.
Yeah,
13.
a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, every relationship that May had, I mean, she lost it. Like, you know, it would be, it was too much sneakiness going around and different things, and people that were friends with them started to look bad because of
well,
all the stuff that MayBae was doing, sneakiness on the side and stuff like that.
well, Jerry,
So
I hold on one second. I think it's more of better than what we're dealing with. You know what I mean? Compared to the other half. uh, but sorry, go ahead.
yeah, yeah, I mean, even like family members don't
Oh,
want
that's
nothing to do
classy.
with them. They
That's
can't see
classy.
their own nieces, nephews, nothing. Like nobody really wants anything to do with May. And May doesn't have family. The only family she had in her life was her sister Nita, who she did care for. She was her caretaker because she, I believe, she got into a car accident and she had a lot of brain damage and stuff. And she did care for her, and she ended up passing away. And then ever since then, I mean, May just spiraled out of control and just wanted to bring all kinds of women. I mean, there was a lot. And I mean, a lot. I mean, it's all there. If people were to go back and watch, it's all there. A lot. I would probably have to say over 30 of them.
Oh my god.
Over 30, maybe more, honestly. Like I said, there was couples, there were single women, there was couples, there was three of them. Like it was just crazy. She doesn't want to end that lifestyle, and her husband at this point doesn't want anything to do with that lifestyle.
This is Ivan.
Yeah, and he's kind of fed up, and he just sits in the bed all day and watches movies and gets no type of love, affection, nothing. It's always about women for her.
So this is the poly life characterized by or involved in the practice of engaging in multiple romantic and typically S relationships with the consent of all the people involved. Intimacy and trust are essential to successful poly relationships. Um,
Now there is a Facebook page called Blast It, and this woman, she she got she got fed up with all the people that lost money, or even children at the time, the ages of 16, 17, were their parents were paying for like mentorships and stuff for them because they wanted to be a creator on social media. And this lady was just fed up with it, so she made a page called Blast It, and calls MayBae out all the time. And there's also other people that are on there that talk about how allegedly May stole from them, and
it's called
May did
Blasted.
this to them. Yes, it's called Blast It.
Okay. Uh,
And she has a lot on there. She does lives, talks about it. She does clips and talks about it. She record even like lives that are no longer on their page because they took it down.
is it on Facebook?
Facebook,
Oh,
yes.
okay. Blasted.
Facebook, Blast It, yes.
Okay, here we go.
And there was another couple on Facebook called Cooking on a Budget, and the one lady is named Carrie. She puts it all out. and her and her wife were.
Was it 915 on Blast? Is that
No,
what
it's
it's
just
called?
no, it's just called Blasted.
Okay. That's it.
Kia, so do you and Joey like or dislike her? I don't like her.
No, no. I mean, I just started watching her 2 weeks ago, and I thought she was a train wreck, to be quite honest with you. And I didn't really know nothing about her. And I was talking yesterday. I was like, I started watching this crazy creator, pretty much, and they, and Jilly's like, "Oh my god, I've been watching her for years. She's a train wreck." Um, and I was like, "Well, let's do a live about it because I want to know more about her." So, I think it's I think the reason so many people watch her now is they just can't freaking believe
Yeah,
the
it's
craziness, and
interesting.
it's
Yeah,
like this, and it's like this. Oh, thank you, Dizzle.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. And like I said, there too, Justin. There's a couple who were with them, for quite a while. Um, their name, their they were in the mentorship too, and they actually um started to get involved. I guess be involved with them too, as like Polly.
Mm,
And their page is called Cooking on a Budget. And the one woman, Carrie, speaks a lot of truth about what's going on, especially spills like a lot of tea and a lot of secrets,
right.
basically. Allegedly everything is true, but
Okay, found it. Fair use. Okay. May blames Tati for everything.
yeah.
But y'all, just hear what she has to say about Tati. Y'all check this
Hold on,
out.
let me look up this phone number. Because y'all ain't getting my other phone number. I'm gonna give y'all this number because I can just turn it off. Excuse me. The number is 323-412-3477.
She has people call in and she takes calls.
That's the number if you want to call in and talk to me right mother sucking now. I'm a sorry mom. What I do now? I would just stay away from me if I'm a sorry mom. And this situation, kind of broke my heart, and I just got out of a long relationship, so it hurt me, like more than it should have. I just wanted to say that I don't know if I'm gonna continue following you, but when I did follow you, Tuck, you helped me with my confidence and my hustle. So I just wanted to say thank you for that, and all the good and bad, you still. I got a question for you. Yeah. What would make you stop following me? So I just, the way it made you look, all this stuff coming out, like it made you look like an ugly person. What coming out? Like with you and your husband. So me and my husband separating makes me look like an ugly person. Like in here. What I saw, it seemed like you were so in love with Whitney, she was so in love with you, and then she would just be like a little bit rude to Ivan, a little bit rude. And then it just got like overbearing. Like, I just felt like you chose her instead of your family. Like, instead of my family or instead of my husband? Instead of your husband, but then when Tati and, when like Tati got into it, then it seemed like, damn, like she's choosing everybody, Okay, so when Tati got into it was the same time everything went down. Everything happened all at the same time. And Tati had nothing to do with my relationship, nor should she ever got involved, period. Right. So there was no picking my daughter. There's never a pick when it comes to my kids. And not even with my husband. I would never pick him over my kids. So there was never a pick situation. And how come, this is the question I have. How come nobody's mad at the people that brought it to the internet? Don't it seem weird that the same people keep bringing all of our personal life to the internet? I did not bring this to the internet. You know, just talking to you now honestly makes me not want to unfollow you because I can hear that you're real. I'm the liar because I got a daughter that wants to go live and bash her mother every chance she gets. When it was a something.
Well, the reason she wants to go bash her mother is you slept with her ex, right?
Exactly. That's why
I
she said
mean,
she's
what
not
kind of
over it.
mother does that?
And she likes to pick other people over their family, and that's why she went. And then also Whitney went after her too one night. So Ivan and took Tati and her wife Brandy to go get a brand new car. So Tati was really excited that she bought a brand new car, and her wife and the baby went over to her mother's house where Ivan lives and wanted to show them her mother her new car. Well, it just so happened it's day two of Whitney being in town, and it's Whitney's birthday, and she's been drinking all day. So as soon as they got there, Whitney just had this attitude. What are they doing here? So here comes May, like, what are you guys doing here? Like, what is this? I'm not, I don't want no trouble with her. She doesn't want you guys here. And Tati's like, what do you mean? Like, I'm your daughter. This is your granddaughter. I'm here to show you my car. You asked me to come over. And
Hmm.
she's like, and it got to the point where Ivan, you know, wasn't really saying much, was just observing everything that Whitney was doing, and Whitney didn't like that. So Whitney, was calling him out and wanting to fight him, and she's really a woman. He can't put his hands on her, so you know, so they started arguing back and forth with words, and May told Ivan to leave. So Ivan said, "Oh, you want me to leave? You want me to leave? You just met her 2 days ago, but you want me to leave?" So he went and got what he could get, and she wouldn't allow him. So the son went into the room to get what he could get, but then Ivan said, "You know what? Forget this. I'm going into this house and getting my things." So he did, and it just went downhill from there. And he went live, and he was crying, and he couldn't believe that this happened. That she did it again. She chose another woman over a family member. Now it
Now,
just so happens to be
Pepe,
her husband.
she disagrees with you. I think she is a supporter of MayBae.
Who?
Uh, Pepe, Pepe Longstocking, uh, which is fine. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, teach his
we're,
own.
yeah, if you think. Ivan had women that he was okay. May says Whitney seen what was going on for 3 months through the FaceTime calls 24/7. She came in like a bull. Now I think that to me that's in my opinion it's undisputable that she came in like a bull. Um, but if did it have and I agree with May on this. Did did Whitney cause the breakup of May and Ivan? No. I think it was already on its last leg, but I think that's was the icebreaker. Jilly,
Yes, I just had myself muted because
sorry.
yeah,
Don't you think?
I definitely believe he checked out a long time ago. I think he just gave up. He didn't want to live the poly life, and she did. She wasn't willing to give it up. So I think that was the last straw the other night. Yeah.
Um, there was just a kiss, no sleeping. Not saying that's right at all. Okay, so she, I guess, kissed Tati's girlfriend.
Yeah, at the time, it was just a kiss that she did with Tati and Brandy's girlfriend. And when they found out about it, they approached both of them, and that would led into a big argument to where May kicked out her daughter and her girlfriend, now wife.
That could be true, Jerry. You're right. It could be true. Out to find other partners. Interesting. Interesting. Um. All right. Let's finish this.
Honestly, and I don't care how she feels about this, it had nothing to do with her. Nothing. This, she's got her own marriage to worry about. This does not have to do nothing. My relationship with my husband, my girlfriend, hell, my friends, whatever. That has nothing to do with her. She should have minded her business. And this was a please go home, let me handle this in my marriage. It has nothing to do with you. Right. So why did you find the need to and blow the proportion and get riled up? You know what I'm saying? Instead of just taking your to your house, you have your own house. What is the problem with me telling my disrespectful daughter to go home? Right. How did I choose somebody over her by telling her to go home? Do you think that if she would have went home when you said instead of it wouldn't have spiraled out of control? If she wouldn't have opened her mouth, first of all, when what was being said had nothing to do with her, and let me handle it instead of running her mouth, it would have never got out of line. But y'all came here with that intent. Y'all came together. Y'all had been hanging out all day together. Come on now. I'm not going to get on here and bash my kid. No matter if she's right, wrong, and different. Hell, CPS just left my house today because of my grandbaby and my kid. Because of Tatiana opening her mouth on social media.
Now, I do think people are really mean to her, like really mean to her, and I feel like I don't know if anybody should be that mean to somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people are very mean to her. Um, I definitely believe that 100%. I could never, but at the same time, she is a social media influencer, and
I know,
and
but it's a
I
lot.
like it's no excuse, but her life's definitely going to be on the internet,
Of course.
whether her daughter takes it there or somebody else takes it there. It's somebody's going to find it.
It's not I don't think it's the opinions. Everyone's allowed to have an opinion of what you do on the internet. It's I guess it's the hatred that just like the hate. Like I had never seen anybody chat be like that much hate.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. There's been that's not the first time like phone calls with CPS came through. I mean, cops are called on them. Even the house that they just moved into. They wanted they found out where they lived because it's easy because it's just because it didn't show the street, the front of the house, and the address. They went inside to show everybody, look, this is what my house looks like. It's easy to go on the internet and find it. So here
Right.
they are calling the landlord or calling the realtor saying don't rent to them. They're this type of people. It is. It gets too. They get they go way too far. They
So
do.
what is the what is I I've heard, and I don't know if this is true or not. Chat, Jilly, y'all can fill me in on this. Uh did did their subscribers buy them a house or help buy them a house, or did they ask to help for
They
help?
went to the internet. They went to their social media and their followers to help
Uh,
them buy a house. They didn't have the money that they needed for the down payment. So they turned to them to ask for donations, and they got a lot of donations, a lot of money. And
Now, Now, one thing I think May deserves credit for is she had a sister who is now gone, and
Yes.
she took care of her
Yes, she did.
since she was really young.
Mhm.
May, and she was bedbound, and uh, that's a lot on its own.
Yes. Yes, and she did, and she did a good job doing it too, I
Give
have to say.
give credit where credit's due.
Absolutely.
Whether you like a person or not, give a credit where credit's due. And she I watched a video of her talking about her sister's life, and you could tell she really loved her sister, because I mean, May and her sister, they had basically no one ever.
Mhm. Yeah,
They grew up pretty rough,
they did.
on the streets pretty much.
Mhm. She really did a good. She did good by her sister. Yeah, and the love, you could see the love. They all did. Her husband Ivan. I mean, even helped. As
Absolutely.
and
He
he
deserves credit for that as
yes,
well.
and yeah, they all did, and yes, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the house thingy.
So with the house, they did raise a lot of money, and it was for a Pacific Home that they for the down payment, and what happened was they ended up getting the money for it. I believe it wasn't enough, so it fell through. So instead of them giving the money back to people that donated for that, they kept it, and people didn't like that. People didn't like that they didn't send the money back. She claims, why do that? The money was already donated to me. But she
Right.
also claims that she did ask if they want it back, and they said no. So I don't know, but that's the whole thing with the money. They did turn to the internet, and they did try
Well,
to get
they
the
eventually
post.
got a house,
They
right?
did, yes. They're in it now. That's the house that they got, that
Right.
Ivan just got kicked out of. Yes.
And how long ago was the house thingy?
This was about what, not no longer than 6 months ago.
Also, it's recent.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yes. Yep.
That's insane.
Now she's about to have her birthday bash, another
Yes.
birthday bash, a pool party, and that,
When
and
when's
she,
her birthday?
I believe it's June. And what happens is she, it's free. Honestly, I think it was free for a lot of people, or not. If it's not, then it's not that much. But she had rented a mansion last year and had this big pool mansion party where a lot of things went down. A lot of people that are also influencers walked away from her because they saw the true her.
What they
Um,
can perceive as the true her.
Truth, yes, and a lot of fights, and a lot of people left social media because of it. A lot of people, she lost a lot of followers. I believe recently she just lost a couple pages because she had a couple pages,
Yeah, she
and
said something was going on with it or something.
yeah, so she lost a couple pages. So now she has the MayBae life, and Toxic University is hers also,
Right.
and she pretty much runs. If you go on MayBae life, like all the other, there's other creators videos on there. They're all in her mentorship, and they're the only way they're allowed to post is on that page only. So May makes all that money, and that's where people say, okay, that's not okay. How is it that I paid you to help me, but I can't make no money? You make all the money that for 3 months? No.
So she gets like the first 3 months of the monetization. Is that what it is?
Yep. Yep.
Hmm.
And people are just like, that's not fair.
That's this is a lot.
It's
Like
and
I
there's
had
more too. It would
like
just go all over the place. I would be like, people would be like already confused of what's going on. So if I was to sit there and say this, and this, then you guys would just be like, wait, what?
I had no idea it was like this crazy.
Yeah, it is. It
Holy.
really is.
Um, let's see here. Looking at some of the comments. What is this? Chosen's friend appeared on her live to give her the latest news and kept saying, "Oh, the N word." No, we're not saying that. Okay. Brandy reveals. Okay, we've seen that one.
Yeah, Chosen does say the N word a lot. Not with the hard R, but
Right.
she does. She has no filter.
Cassie reveals that Ivan messaged her to apologize.
There's one
Who's
video on there where
who's
Brandy
Cassie? You know who Cassie is?
Cassie was wait, Cassie was another girlfriend that was before Whitney. After Chosen, but before Whitney. Another one that she brought into her home. There's one on there where Brandy speaks out about the CPS
Not
call.
right.
Yeah. I felt she was crying. I felt bad for her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's young.
Yeah. Now this one is another. This is that person was another one that was in her mentorship that got, and also did some music for her, and that got taken advantage of. So is one to speak out about. And if you went down, you would see the other lady, the white woman. I might be on a lag, but
Did a reaction video, y'all, for Toxic last night. It was kind of juicy now. But if y'all want part two, y'all let me know. Y'all check it
Girlfriend, not a
out.
stud friend. Get a girlfriend. No, let me go back to the video. You know? Yeah, but my whole thing is, see, my thing is, as a man, my husband told me I needed a girlfriend, that he wanted that I needed a girlfriend. After we already had a girlfriend. We had the girlfriend, y'all was cool. The girl get a little too attached to me. It's cool
I'm gonna drop
for
the
the
link to
beginning,
this
you know, for a
page.
little while. And then it's like, okay, good morning. All right. Then it's like, oh, well, she too close or this too much. I'm not gonna, if he not doing this, then I'm not gonna let her do this with me. But at the same time, if you just can put the phone down, stop being on the phone with them hoes, tend to your nigga like Chris said on Baby Boy. I'm not tripping on her having a girlfriend, but when she do get the girlfriend, it's just be like, oh, I got a girlfriend. Do you want a girlfriend? Everybody on live say you want a girlfriend. You need a girlfriend. You need a girlfriend. I'm like, okay, maybe I do need a girlfriend. I never said it, but she'll keep talking about it and then just keep talking and then be like, well, it's different. If you was a man, if you had a man, it'd be different because it's the same sex. What? That shit don't make no sense. You mean to tell me if I go get a boyfriend, it's okay because you can have a girlfriend, so it's cool? You're okay with that? I'm not okay with that. I don't want that. And I've been with her. I've been talking to her for 3 months. Okay, so get to the 3 months. You know what I mean? You got 3 months. You talk to the girl every day, blah, 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 all night. Whenever you go to sleep, whenever you wake up, she wake you up out your sleep. You got to get up and talk to her. She's having a fit. You know what I'm saying? And I just be like, damn, maybe go to sleep. You're tired. Tell the girl you just want to sleep. Look at your eyes. Come on, just go to bed. She's like, I'm okay. No, you're not. Put the phone down and go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? But she don't. So for the whole 3 months, they talked or whatever. MayBae put the phone in my face. Hey, say hi to Ivan. The bitch, the girl never, she don't acknowledge. She be like, oh, hi Ivan. MayBae keep the phone there for like 30 seconds max. She like, MayBae, like, why am I talking to this nigga? Like, why am I still, I'm for you. Like, what am I looking at this nigga for? Like, come on. Boom, grab the phone back. Hey, MayBae, yeah. So she never liked me from the get-go, from the jump, from the beginning. You dig what I'm saying? Never, ever, ever. You can't tell me she did. When I got there, they were up. That time she go up there and sleep up with them hoes, she would come down there and wake me up. I'm asleep still. I ain't gone. I ain't fucking out. I know this.
God, this is a train wreck.
Yeah, it is.
This is a train wreck.
Yeah, there's a lot that went on to up to this point, a whole lot.
I don't know. It's like I hope they get it, together to be like all like. I hope they all find happiness.
Yeah, me too. I do too, especially Ivan.
Yeah.
He is a good man, and he loves her. He still does, but he just can't take it anymore. He doesn't want the same thing that she wants,
Hmm.
and she said that she was willing to give it up, but when he's explaining that she doesn't mean that. Like he knows, he's like, I know her better than any of you guys. Like on us as people on the outside. He said if she really meant that, she would have sent her home already when she asked me that. She's still there. It's almost like, let me ask him first. If he says, okay, yeah, I'll be with you. We can work things out. If you send her home, then I'll send her home. But if he's not willing, she wants an answer like right now. So she needed to keep Whitney around just in case he didn't, because she doesn't want to be alone. And she said that. She said she'll never be alone,
Yeah, I heard her say
regardless.
that. I think she has a problem with being alone, right?
Yeah, in my opinion, yes.
That's okay, Roxy. I did it on my other channel, my true crime channel. Hope you have better days, Roxy. Um, like I think if she would have, sent Whitney back, I think they could have worked it out. I
Yeah,
think that would have showed that.
anything could happen. I'm hoping that he does. At least try. If she's willing to give it up, at least try.
Yeah, I believe that Erica asked, "Hey y'all, did Ivan leave willingly?"
Um, yeah. I mean, there was a big fight, and Whitney, went after him and told him to get out and wouldn't let him come in the house. And May was kind of just like, just leave, just go. I don't want no trouble, just go. Like, so he took it as in like, what do you mean, me go? I've been your husband for 13 years. Like, you want me to go and not her that you just met 2 days ago?
Right.
And so it hurt him a lot. Like, he was so angry and hurt that he went live and took it to the internet in a parking lot crying, like sobbing, couldn't speak, sobbing. Like, he cares for her and loves her, and also he's worried about her because he doesn't trust this Whitney person, and I don't either. For what I saw of her, I don't either, and they're all saying it to her.
Oh, I agree with that, Texas Angel. But I mean, what I'm saying is, like, if she could have backed off for a while, send Whitney home, and they work on, strengthen their relationship. But she's like, well, he said he didn't, it wasn't going to change whether, you know, I left, if it was just him and I, together forever, nobody else. But, I think he's hurt and he was mad at the time. But I don't know, man. That's
Yeah, there's a lot to get caught up on. And if you guys just watch like Blast It, and there's other channels that people talk about their experience and what they saw and know. allegedly and stuff like that, you could probably get caught up just by on that certain
Jerry,
channel
Jerry, you're
blasting.
right. You're right. It's, and that's exactly true. Is it all May's fault? Of course not. I don't think that's fair to say. And is it all Ivan's fault? Of course not. You're probably you're it usually lies somewhere in the middle. Absolutely. Um, totally agree with that. But I don't know. Do you think this is a poly to gain views? I mean, they've done it for years though, right?
Yes, they also have done skits too to make people think certain things are happening and it's really not. So a couple of
See,
people thought
people
this
get
was
mad when that happens.
yeah.
Don't ever
But
do
this
that because you're lying to your audience then.
yeah, this is not a skit. I believe this is true. I mean, too many people it's yeah, this is definitely true.
Yeah, I don't think this is a skit because she was legit crying the other night. May
Yeah.
was.
And he was worse. He literally couldn't breathe when
Oh,
he was
really?
crying. Oh my god, you couldn't even understand what he was saying.
I did, Jerry. I did. Yes, I checked that one out.
And all he kept on saying was his son, his son, his son. You know, he raised that little boy and her daughter.
Ivan went live and spoke on their poly relationship which we all knew wasn't fair from the beginning, and it is the tables turn. Maybe wouldn't be able to handle it. What do you think?
Once a year, maybe, possibly, if that. It's off whatever the studs want. If the stud don't.
Hmm. Here, I'll drop their link in case y'all want to check it out in chat. This is Clout Chasers. Um, I don't know. I mean, what was her break? Usually when someone becomes very successful in social media, they get a break, which means they have a big story. Um, they had a viral video. Do you know what it was, Jilly? Or does anyone in chat?
Um, I think she had a couple viral videos. Um, I'm trying to think of one. I I don't think any of them were like for the good though. I think a lot of things were because
Like, what
of
kind of skits would they do?
breakup skits. People, they would do like um have like a fight between another creator
Huh.
or I caught my husband, you know, sleeping in the bed with this person or they would just do skits like that. Or they would do like makeovers. Like I think a couple of her viral videos was when she would do like makeovers to somebody like Brandy. Like Brandy, for instance, is more tomboyish and more masculine, and they did like a makeover of her to make her look. She's absolutely gorgeous too. And people like to see that type of stuff. I know that.
Who is?
Brandy.
Who's Brandy?
That's Brandy is Tati's wife, the one that had just had the baby.
Oh.
So I think a couple of them were when her videos went viral. Was her putting doing different makeovers on people and even putting different wigs on her own head.
Mm.
But it's just got really, really messy probably within the last. There's always been a mess here and there. Don't get me wrong, but like really bad within the last year. Really bad. To
Mm-hmm.
where she had channels taken from her and a lot of different rumors, different things happening. Too much that shouldn't have been on the internet. People walking out of her life, and so
Yeah, it sounds like things are really bad. I just hope like everyone stays safe and nobody gets hurt, God forbid, you know. It's just so crazy. You know, they're all fighting and all that craziness. All right, Jilly. Well, thank you so much for giving us the lowdown on this.
thank you.
I
Thank you for
appreciate
having
it.
me. I appreciate you.
Guys, Jilly's link is in the description as well. If you guys want to check it out in chat and the replay, you can go over to Jilly Bean's channel. She's kind of a late night hangout kind of channel, and we just talk and have a good time over there. And of course, you can always check me out on Justin for All on my other channel as well. That's a true crime channel. Um, and this is my everything else channel, I guess you could say. So,
Well,
um,
thank you guys in the chat, and thank you, Justin. I appreciate you.
yes, thank you guys on Kick and of course YouTube. I appreciate you all. Uh, YouTube, if you guys don't mind hitting that thumbs up button, it lets me know that you appreciate us, and I appreciate you all. We'll see you guys on the next one. All right.